Hello, welcome to Jenny's Food Network. Okay, my video response right now will be on my video titled Juicing versus Smoothies. So this wonderful person sent me typed a comment, and here it says, "Thanks for clearing that up because that is so confusing. I have both a blender and a juicer." Okay, I'm just correcting this, okay, because the person said I have both a blender and a smoothie. I think the person meant I have both a blender and a juicer. And I would use a blender anyways because the juicer takes like a whole bag of fruits just to get a little bit of juice to come out. Big waste of money. I guess the juicer would be an example of a diuretic. I guess it's best to use the juicer when you have problems with your bowels and need a quick release, like drinking prune juice. Have you heard of a product called the NutriBullet? I see them market all the time on TV. It's like a high-powered blender. Have you heard of it? Thanks for the info. Okay, I'm gonna start at the top. So this is in regards to my juicing versus smoothie video, okay? And I'm glad that it helped clear up the confusion because it is very confusing. You wanna know, should I do the juicing or should I do the smoothie, okay? Like I said, just a quick summary of it. The juicing is when there's a specialized type of machine that juices your fruits and veggies, okay? It'll separate the fiber and it'll push out all the juice out. Let's not say all juice. It seems like it only pushes like such a itty bitty. You can buy a whole bag of groceries at the grocery store and only like very little juice comes out. I mean, to even understand what I mean, you can pull up tutorial videos how to do juicing and you'll see the vegetables and fruits that they use is such a huge amount, and then what they get from the juice is very minimal, very tiny. And I just felt that it was a waste of money, a waste of fiber to throw out, because the fiber is so mixed up with so many different stuff that is so gross to even put in your soup, you know? So yeah, I'm glad I helped clear that up. And the smoothie is when you blend everything in together and the fiber is mixed in with the juice and whatever liquids you pour in there to help it blend better, okay? So the smoothie is a lot better option, okay? And if you are afraid of high sugar fruits, then stick with half and half. You know, like if you want to blend vegetables, that's going to taste pretty gross, just vegetables alone. Then you're going to want to add you're going to want to add in some bananas to add some natural sweetener, which is the bananas. You can add in other high antioxidant stuff like other berries, like strawberries, blueberries, cherries, you know, and red raspberry, blackberries, all the goodies in there. Okay, for another quick tip there is when you're making a smoothie, please do not add tomatoes in it. It makes it into a very thick paste. You can't even barely slurp with a straw. That's how disgusting it tastes, okay? Tomatoes, you're better off using it fresh and slice it to make salads out of it and have it, dip it in dipping sauce or have it as a side with your barbecue chicken or whatever you want to make, you know? Tomatoes are best kept with eating as a side, to put in with a salad or as a side when you eat your dinner or lunch, you know? Do not put tomatoes in with a smoothie. It's disgusting. Try it and you know what I mean, okay? So just don't even bother trying because you're gonna end up wasting it. Do not add carrots in your smoothie. It's disgusting as well. It's very thick and it's very, like, gross. It'll mess up your smoothie, okay? And so you're best off sticking with, and just let you know, if you use apples in your smoothie, it's going to give you like an applesauce texture, and that's really kind of gross and weird too. So avoid putting apples. If you want to use apples, maybe just use like 1 to 4 slices of apples, but don't use a whole apple. It is so disgusting, okay? It gives like a weird applesauce taste to it, you know? It's just weird. So stick with bananas as a natural sweetener. Stick with strawberries, blueberries, red raspberry, blackberries. Stick with the nice dark leafy green kale. You know, green kale is part of the cabbage family, okay? Green kale, okay, is part of the cabbage family. Got a very thick stem, a little rubbery. Some stores will sell a little more thinner texture. It depends from like which farmer they're ordering the inventory from, okay? So green kale comes in different texture, it seems, you know? And green kale also comes in red kale, where it's kind of like red stem with a little purplish color to it. So they do have red kale as well. It's very pretty though, color to it, and but it's a little more expensive, I believe, the red kale. So, okay. So now to the other question about, have you heard of the product called the NutriBullet? I see them in the market all the time on TV. It's like a high-powered blender. Have you heard of it? I've never heard of the NutriBullet, but I did pull up online through YouTube to figure out how it looks like, you know, and how the functioning of it is, you know, because it's supposed to be a high-powered blender, as this person said. So I pulled it out. I saw the infomercials for the NutriBullet. It looks very similar to the previous infomercials of those type of blenders, where it looks like it only holds like a quart size portion, like about a 32-ounce portion, and it's like a tall cup thing. You put your stuff in there and then you cap it and you put it back upside down and then you press it and it blends it for you. And for that, I mean, it's what my thoughts about it is that it's good if you're like one of those people who are just making it for yourself and you don't make it for a group of people, or you don't have, or if you don't have children, you don't want to make a big batch, you know, or if you don't have a partner where you want to make a bigger batch to share for 2 people. If you're just more like on the go for something real quick in a small portion all the time, then, you know, then I recommend that. But you know what? I don't even want to recommend that because those things are not cheap either. You're better off getting a bigger size, like a 48-ounce portion or a 64-ounce pitcher type of blender. You can do like, because the thing is, you'll have more room, because when I make my smoothie, I make like a decent portion, and it gives you room to pack in all those fruits and veggies, the veggies and the liquids, and when it blends, it's wonderful. It gives you a nice big portion, you know, and when you clean, it's not too hard to clean either, because you get to swish around the sponge and the soap, you know, and you can even take it apart if you like to clean it better. You know, I don't recommend those little size, quart size portions, because they're not cheap to begin with, and you can only pack like such little pieces. Like you can't even add like a bigger chunk. You would almost have to cut them into little pieces or break them up in little pieces to even fit into that 1 quart size NutriBullet or whatever Magic Bullet brand blender, okay? So, but these the bigger blenders, I mean, they are high power too, not just those little ones. So it depends how much money you want to spend and what portion size you want. If you're gonna buy those little size portion, quart size, don't even waste your money. You're better off getting like the bigger blenders that are high powered as well, okay? Because believe me, when you start washing these veggies, sometimes you want some leftovers, so it's gonna be really hard to depend on that little size 1 quart, okay? You're gonna have to do more cleaning to add more stuff in for later. So if you have a family, or if you want a bigger portion even just for yourself, to have some for lunch or in the evening time as well, then, you know, you're better off getting a bigger one, not a bigger one, like a 48-ounce portion pitcher or like a 64-ounce portion, okay? That's a lot better choice for your money. And make sure it's a good high-powered one, okay, or something that has good reviews or something. And that's it for that video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. And don't forget to check out my husband's new channel at youtube.com/user/Sifu Freddie Lee. That's his new channel, okay? Freddie's Modern Kung Fu Incorporated. Thanks.